What is up, guys? I'm not doing that. This is a very quick vlog just to go through some of the steps that I take to prepare for a storm that's coming. Tonight, where I am, it's forecasted to get up to near force 9, and it's definitely going to be force 9 on Wednesday apparently, running up to about 50 miles per hour wind. So let me just run you through a few things that I like to do to make sure I can get a good night's sleep. Right, here's my mooring. It's slightly more sheltered than where I was. I actually spent some time on the river because I wanted to get going. I wanted to move on to the next lock, but they're shut now for probably going to be another week. So I just thought, come back onto the canal because it was nearby and get more shelter. So that's step one, find a sheltered position if you can. And step two, you can probably see here, I've tied on that line there. So that's just going off some mooring spikes onto the front of the boat, onto the bow. And yeah, so what you could try is something called spring lines. Now how that works is that you have one coming off another 45-degree angle in the other direction as far back as you can. I'll try and explain what I mean. So here is the narrowboat and all the mooring pins or rings there. And what you would have normally is just tie off back in the fore and aft, and they would be like 45-degree angles. But then you could get a second rope, a second line, or the same one if it's long enough, and attach it as far forward from the stern or as far back from the bow as you can, and that will stop the boat from going either way, and also it will help it from stop from tipping from side to side. Now you can see it's not always possible to do that because the rings and the mooring bollards and everything are not always at a good position. But so here's a good example. You could tie a rope, a line there, and then take it all the way forward as far as you can to this ring perhaps, or one over here if you had a long enough rope. But that will basically keep the boat from rocking from side to side too much, and it has done for me anyway. You might need to watch out though, because if the water levels were rising, you need to watch out you didn't have too many lines tied on, because yeah, it would topple your boat, pull it the wrong way. But I'm on a good stretch here. I'm confident that the water levels will just equalise out. Another thing that's worked for me is just basically remove everything that might blow away off the roof. So I've just, like something like that might blow away because it's quite light. It's trapped in there, but you know, this is force 9 wind, so it'd be pretty windy, guys. So yeah, I've basically removed most things that could blow off and put that inside. I might even could take off that cratch cover, because what I get is it flaps around quite a lot because it's just so old, and I think a lot of boats are quite old and they have this problem, and it's just really annoying. And you see that tie at the front there, that takes me on to the last point, which is the tiller. So the tiller for me often bangs around when it's windy. What I might want to do is to secure that against that bit there. Otherwise, if I was in a sort of a urban area or something like that, or if it was in a, I don't know, marina even, you could get a lot of waves appearing, and that then crashes against your rudder and it sends it all sort of banging around. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I hope it's not too windy where you are, and if you've got any comments or anything, if you're worried about it, just let me know, because I've been through it, and it is kind of scary, especially the first time you've had a windy weather on your boat. So you can get through it. Of course, you could also just go to the pub and get hammered, but then you'd only sleep through part of it and then have a sleepless night the rest of it. So maybe not the best idea. Plus you'll just turn into an alcoholic. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope it helped. Goodbye.